Amazing evening, Nigerians. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank God it's Friday. Welcome to another beautiful edition of Updated Precious. It always sweets my belly to bring on an update of matter them where they ought for inside the country. My name is Precious Enyi. My belly they sweet me. Thank God we don't reach Friday. Another Friday don't land at the month. And of course, we won't give on an update of things that where they share for inside the country. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Make I give on a preamble of the stories them where they heard. Then before I introduce my ogbonge guests them, what I get for inside the house this evening, because it shall be fire for fire this evening. All right, so let's get straight to the conversation. Tinubu's administration most nepotistic in Nigeria's history. Netizens slam ethnic bias over key Yoruba dominated appointments. That's not one of the matter they will look at. No serious country with working democracy and institutions amend its constitution every 4 years. You know, he be a F young now they talk this one. Meanwhile, as it gets to do with constitutional amendment, RBI is a question. They can say amendment of Nigerian constitution is charade, sheer waste of resources. Why would they waste energy? Aerofy shares economic forecast predicting Nigeria's collapse in 2026. NCOs, that's the Nigerian Correctional Service, Agric Ministry partner on vocational agricultural training for inmates. So we'll talk about this one because of the way that they treat inmates and for inside our correctional centers or prisons. Adamawa governor don't learn from his friend Wike, his new friend, because he don't buy tear rubber SUVs, dozens of them for judges for inside Adamawa state. Now people they say, oh, you're learning from your friend very well. ECOWAS don't urge tougher action to tackle human trafficking. What's to make this human trafficking even presence? Meanwhile, a particular lady where in Senator Olujimi don't tell Obi say, you see, this your rhetoric for 2023. You know, go work for 2027. Okay, work, rah. You go get to find another strategy. Which strategy will come work for Tinubu for 2027? Or na sit down tight strategy and I go and work for them? That's my question where people they ask. Then we'll move on. 2027, president elected on ADC platform will be accountable. Salihu Lukman, now they talk that one. North, Southwest, highest beneficiaries of Buhari, Tinubu political appointment. Sheikh Hussaini, now they talk that one. And some matter we get to do with Lagos PDP as they don't sack their members then. ADC set powerful example by appointing youths into National Working Committee. That one said Digram. Plateau Group berates Murik over baseless allegations against Governor Muftwang. And then we'll move to replacing Shetima. Replacing Shetima as VP will affect you very, very badly in your second term. They don't they want or Gatinebun. I say, would that they tell you that if you replace Shetima, it will affect you very, very badly. Well, all this matter and more, I be so good trick inside for the studio this evening. But joining me in the studio for a long time, you don't know what we'll see a barrister Asim Adams. Barrister Asim, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. It has paid, and we miss you so much, sir.
I miss all of you. Good evening. Good evening,
Good,
Precious. My
good
brother
evening, sir.
Chilaka, good evening. Good
Thank
evening.
you. Yep. Yes, Prince Francis Chilaka is also joining us. Prince Francis Chilaka, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. Yeah, Barrister Sim, we say miss you well too.
It's a
Chilaka, I
mutual
miss you so
relationship.
much, bro.
Well done, sir. So I would like us to begin
Yeah.
with this conversation that's got to do with, say, this issue of nepotism, they talk about them. It can't be like say it don't become something where they say don't they reoccur and people don't they look and like say it don't they date too much. So people don't they slam President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, say in the very nepotistic because of the way in they use doing appointments and the way in administration they use do things generally. Because people even get to dig out a list of all the appointments and can talk say key of these appointments now majorly for Yoruba people. But some people can they talk say it matter whether na Yoruba appointment or not Yoruba appointment. What does it really matter? And I like the fact that we'll get Barrister Sim here so that go help us tell us within the law talk about balancing this one. Now, make us start the story. The list which was shared by I think a particular user for Twitter, he named he lists 18 high-ranking officials ranging from ministers to heads of major federal agencies accused of sharing the same ethnic background with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, the post described Tinubu's government as the most nepotistic in Nigerian's history. That is, they say if to say on a say Oga former president former president Buhari been dey nepotistic. Say nepotism they learn work for where Tinubu on day. I go show the list here because the list them, then they plenty as they use line them up. And people come talk say, well, eh, so he learned it from like saying a race to power to he get to do it Oga former president do. Now some of the key positions, make I look whether go fit get them, make I begin name them because the name all of them one by one from chiefs, the army chief, the police chief, the DSS chief, you know, most of them now core Yoruba people, including the what did they call them again? The NNPC boss. Most of them now Yoruba people, and people don't they look and say that kind one, you know, good at all, and you know, show balance. Say now what's it now? Here's the list, some of the list. You will see their names in here. Yeah, here are some of the names: President Yoruba, Chief of Staff Yoruba, Army Chief Yoruba, Customs Boss Yoruba. In fact, the Customs Boss on they can't even accuse and say the man ten or don't retire. He suppose don't retire. Oga President just increase, renew, extend the tenure by one more year again. FIRS boss Yoruba, CBN boss Yoruba, EFCC boss Yoruba, SSS, that's DSS boss Yoruba, NMPC Yoruba, NUPRC Yoruba, Nimasa Yoruba, Minister of Solid Minerals Yoruba, Minister of Petroleum, you know, that is him, the president Yoruba, Minister of Finance Yoruba, Attorney General, Accountant General, IG of Police. They say everything. Say this one, say this nepotism na another level. People talk, say, even if people think, say, Buhari do nepotism like that, but at least in spread and small around the north and not be just majorly within northwest where from come or around Fulani ethnic nationalities. Barrister Sim, I would like take your take. I know say Prince Sheila can get a lot when we want to talk about this matter because it is some way they pinch and directly for leg. But make I take your input first concerning the matter, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Precious. You
Thank you, sir.
know, the problem is with the Constitution.
Mm.
Yes, do you know section 14,
Mm-hmm.
sub 3
Mm-hmm.
of the 1999 Constitution,
Mm.
says that the president, the governor, the local government chairman, or anybody at all when gets political office,
Mm.
known as political office holder,
Uh-huh.
has the discretion, has the discretion to choose
People will go work
whosoever
for him.
will go work for him.
Eh?
The only exception to this is the office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. That is the only office known to law and the Constitution.
So the
The
rest of them not just out of
now
law now with their president.
at his whims and caprices. That is why the
Yay.
president can establish up to 1,000 ministries.
Hmm.
He can do 1,000 ministers. As we are doing this, number one is that the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, that is the only office that is recognized. So the president can even decide. Buhari wanted to create Minister of Livestock and Grazing. In fact, a president can wake up in the morning and say he wants to create Ministry of Ethnicity, as the case may be.
Uh-uh.
And he
So
can
maybe
create,
say this ministry, the one that they create, you know, matter they according to law.
that is the only one recognized is the AG, Attorney General of the
The attorney
Federation.
general will be minister for justice.
Minister. The other officer they recognize is the Accountant General. But an Accountant General is not a minister.
Hmm.
You understand? He's
Mm.
just an office. So the president has, even the governor has the same right. But that section 14 of 3 says that yes, you have the discretion to choose whoever you want to work with you. As you are using that discretion, spread it around Nigeria. Pick from south, pick from north, pick from west,
Hmm.
pick from east to
Okay,
make
now
up
there the
that
federal character coming.
the federal character. That is where the federal character is it comes in. That is section 14 sub 3 of your 1999 constitution you are working with. So if in Nigeria you give me discretion, even for party, when we go precious, you go buffet, they say you can eat anything you want to eat. Some Nigerians
Starve
go,
yourself.
they
You
go
go,
take 10
they
eggs.
go kill themselves with food.
They go say they go chop that food finish before they will come up for that place. I mean, not be so. So because you have the
Na
discretion.
so, na so.
So when we use our discretion in a very selfish manner, this is the kind of thing that we're going to get. But the Supreme Court, doctor can say, yes, even though you have your discretion, it's at your whims and caprices. You must use that discretion judicially and judiciously.
Hello, sir. Oh yeah, it be like say we don't get some network interruption. Wow, this is awesome. Great. Okay, so while we wait for Barrister Sim to rejoin us because of a network interruption, Prince Francis Chilaka, sir, I for like make you just put one for the matter so they wait for Barrister
Can you
Sim
hear
to
me?
come back based on. Okay, yeah, I can hear you back now. So welcome back.
Good.
Yes, I
Now,
can welcome. Yes, I can hear you now, sir.
so the president has that right to do whatever he's doing, but they use it selfishly, like every other Nigerian. Now, comparing Buhari to Tinubu, I want to say that Tinubu is even
Uh-huh.
fair. It's even fair.
Eh?
You see all these
Eh?
appointments now. Buhari occupied everything with people from a particular ethnic stock. I could remember that the chief of army staff, chief of air staff, chief of naval staff, they were all from one particular region. Minister of Justice, Minister of Finance,
Yes.
Attorney General Adoke was there.
Yeah.
Minister of Finance, Minister of Works.
Malami. Malami.
Yes, all these particular ministries were given to a particular section of the country. Tinubu even tried to the extent the chief of naval staff he given to a southeastern man from Enugu State.
Yes.
Check the
Yes.
list. Check the list of Buhari
I don't check the
appointment.
list.
NNPC,
But no,
NNPC,
sir. Yes. Okay,
NNPC,
sir.
NNPC, NNPC. Even when the man, when they head NNPC, I'm trying to remember his name. That were Abba Kiari.
Mele Kiari.
Kiari. NNPC was not doing well.
Mele.
NNPC was going down. They first of all appointed one man from Delta State, Kachuku. Kachuku not last 3 weeks. They remove her from there. They remove her from there and bring a man from northern part of Nigeria to be head of that particular whatever. Nigeria Port Authority. Nigeria Port Authority. I'm telling you, vital areas. I am not supporting Tinubu for what he has done. But the president said by Buhari is worse than that of Tinubu, in my own opinion.
Okay.
I'm telling you the truth. The president said by Buhari, Tinubu even na saint, na he be. Saint, na he be. The Minister of Agriculture was from the north, under Buhari. Name anything you want to talk. All these people were there. But it's wrong. Tinubu shouldn't copy what Buhari did because two wrongs cannot make a right. That is what how they say it in Nigeria. So why must you always copy the bad side? In my own opinion. So what Tinubu did is wrong. But he can lay claim to say, my predecessor did it. The only president for Nigeria history, when we talk about democracy, when we try, now Jonathan, good luck Jonathan. It was only Jonathan that spread and worked in accordance with section 14 sub 3 of the 1999 constitution. The rest of the Obasanjo tried small. But for Buhari and Tinubu, they bastardized that particular section as the case may be. But I'm just being fair to Tinubu to say, okay, he tried. He gets some when be saying all this Southeast, but he get there as the case may be. So that is the situation. That is my own take on this one now.
All right. So Prince Francis Chilakasa, would you like to jump in on this very quickly?
I think
Sorry, you're even under the weather.
I think when we come out as analysts and as people who want to hold government in check and people who want to make government accountable for their inanities and wrong actions, and we try to say, oh, the former person did it this way, so let us excuse him a little bit. Let us give him some slack. I think it is not fair on Nigeria. I think it's really it doesn't show a sign of a country that wants to move forward. Rather, it shows a sign of a country that is going down the drain on a daily basis, and the people who are supposed to call the government to order have one way or the other found a way to make excuses for the government. Let Buhari did his 8 years, he did all his stupidity, he dragged us into the mud, he dragged us into the graveyard. He even tried to massacre all Nigerians. Now, we must look at, I keep telling people, when Buhari was campaigning, I think the only slogan people kept hearing was change. And Nigerians in their mindset thought he was talking about change. But the man was talking about change. But unfortunately, we couldn't decipher between change and change. Now, when he got into power, that was when he decided to use the change to change Nigerians down. Now, when Bola Tinubu came with his local spirit and with his what do you call that? Is it renewal hope or whatever he calls it? He told me he was giving
renewed hope.
what?
Renewed hope.
Renewed hope. We
Renewed
remind
hope.
you the name.
He gave Nigerians the impression.
You don't remember that.
He gave Nigerians the impression that he was going to take them out from the pit and bring them up to El Dorado. But then the man said something that Nigerians didn't even take serious. And that was when he said, I am going to continue from where my predecessor stopped. I am going to wear his shoes. And Nigerians couldn't think. And at that point in time, we kept telling Nigerians. Was one of those people who spoke. I remember really well when the train went to government house to visit Wike. Wike said, and I will quote him, he said, anybody that says he wants to continue from where failure stopped, that person is already a failure. These are the words.
He said, how can somebody? He said, how can somebody say you come and continue from where Tinubu, where Buhari stopped?
Exactly.
Continue from failure. Continue from. That was a video of him saying.
Now, when you look at that, and you find out that at that point in time, the spirit that took over Wike was not the spirit of Emiloko. It was the spirit of the voice of Nigerians asking for help, asking for good governance, asking for accountability, asking for transparency. That was the spirit that took over Wike at that time. But unfortunately, trust Nigerians, we killed that spirit. And Wike himself helped to bury it the day he accepted appointment. Even though he had said on national TV that he can never work for APC government, that he can never work as a minister. So you find out that we just have a messed up political class. We have a political class that have no conscience. We have a political class that have no common sense. That's the best way to put it. Now, coming to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, well, honestly, I have come to that place in my life where I really don't expect much from people because they will always mess you up at one point in time. So I wasn't expecting anything from his government. I know that what we're getting today is actually what he had in mind. But you see, where I am really pleased with this government is the fact that for every vacancy that is existing, if another was there and the place becomes vacant, he puts his own tribal man. But we need to understand something. When people talk about Buhari, I'm not defending the late Buhari because it's somebody I never want to defend. But we need to understand that in the north, there are about 20, if I'm wrong, if I'm not right, different
Tribes, ethnic groups.
languages.
Yes, languages.
Yes, and they're all different.
Hmm.
The only language they speak together most times is Hausa. And then the Fulani ones who speak Fulfede, Fulfudi. The rest is different dialects. Now, when you come to the south, the southwest, you find out that Kwara, Ondo, Osun, Oyo, they speak one language, which is what? Yoruba. So anybody you take from those places is the same language, it's the same culture, they're the same tribe. And so when you look at it, you ask yourself, do we continue to abide in sin because grace abounds? Do we continue to do things the same way, expecting a different result? Why is it that those in government have not seen the need to think as if there is no boss? Why is it that our leaders have lost the spirit of patriotism? Why is it that our leaders have become so selfish, so greedy, self-serving? Why is it that our leaders are not thinking about the future of this country? First of all, we had issue with the police IG. And that's an aberration right now. And that is what this government is trying to put in place. When you work and you're due for retirement,
to be extended.
Rather than allowing you
I was going to state that because that's where this ethnic bias is coming in. People they talk, say the two people when don't go out of the
yes, I'm coming to that.
The people from Yoruba,
I'm coming to that.
Yoruba clan,
Precious, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. Now, when the IG was due to go, you have a system. Why do we keep disrupting the system? The disruptions in the system is why Nigeria is not working. When it was time for the IG to go, what did you do? You changed the Police Act. And you give them more years. And because of that, a lot of police officers who were meant to have retired with him refused to retire. Until today, nobody has told us whether those police officers retired or not. That is on one side. Now, you look at the side of the customs now. I'll tell you this, for free. Adewale, that's the current and retained CG of Custom, has done a wonderful job. I give him that. He has done wonderfully well. It is during his tenure that you see custom officers doing exams and getting promoted. It is during his tenure you see the IT and...
Oh yeah, be like say your network don't hang or no vex because to the battle network issue for this country like this too. I was so sorry, Prince Francis Chilaka. Can you hear me, Prince Francis? Hello, sir. Can you hear us? Oh dear, unfortunately, network don't come out Prince Francis too. Okay, I think we'll have Barrister Sim rejoin us. Barrister Sim, so I know you wanted to say. Yes, I can hear you. Depending on when Prince Francis come back.
Let me tell you quickly. The Nigerian political firmament and ecosystem is transactional and prescriptive. When you go back history, what Prince Chilaka has said is the truth. Nepotism is not a Yoruba. Nepotism is not an Igbo word. Nepotism is not an Edo word. Nepotism is a word that is imported from the colonial masters and the English masters. And in Nigeria, I want to tell you vividly, very quickly, right from 1999, Obasanjo was nepotistic, but the level of nepotism you can do by way of percentage. From 0 to 100, it's left at your discretion. Yaradua, to an extent, was upright. He didn't spend much time. He left the world. Jonathan, to an extent, was upright. The next man, Buhari, was nepotistic. Tinubu is nepotism personified. Now,
Hell.
it is in Nigerian issue. I want to tell you something. The only area in Nigeria today that is cosmopolitan is Port Harcourt, my Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt. Do you know if you enter bus in Enugu, the conductor will be speaking Igbo language for you.
Yes.
Who's be talking. You go to
Yes.
Kaduna, the conductor
Hausa language.
is Hausa language. In Lagos, Hausa language.
Yoruba
If you
language.
go to
Yoruba
Port
language.
Yoruba
Now
language, I
only
mean. If you
pidgin
go
they
to
speak for
Port
you. Now only
my
pidgin.
Port Harcourt where I come from is the true Nigerian state. They will
Sanamia,
tell
you come from,
where
man.
they
Don't
go.
believe you.
Okay, two of us. Two of us, professor. When we enter, they ask us, Oga, you dey, Madam, how you dey? Even when you are buying rice in the market, they say, Eloni,
Everything are pidgin English. No
Port
special
Harcourt,
language is
no dey.
spoken.
Igbo,
Yes.
Igbo go just say, Egone. This one, they go speak language. You go say, no, I don't understand though, before they will now break it down. So it is in our blood system. And we transcend and take this nepotistic, suasion to leadership. That is what is affecting us. So if we want to cleanse the August table, we must have to do an ethical revolution, beginning from the family. When you want to marry, for instance, they will ask you, is the man from where? Is he an Igbo man? Is he from Edo? Why are they asking those questions? Nigeria has not become a nation state. That is why it is like that.
So Barrister Asim, now election done the coming. And remember, say Kwankwaso na the first person when they talk and say North, they marginalized for inside the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And a lot of people think say maybe injustice speak to only infrastructural development alone. Where it be say right now, people like Shehu Sani don't come and talk, say the North and the Southwest now don't gain pass for Tinubu, both in appointments and on infrastructure. But now,
I
what's in
agree.
the pain what's in the pain the Northerners pass now, especially for the appointments, not just on ordinary appointments, but on very juicy appointments. People now they accuse the president, say most of the revenue generating agencies, he makes sure say no other tribe holder, from finance to NNPC to FIRS to all of them. Say he make sure say now only call customs, now only call Yoruba people hold, and this is what they are holding him on. Say it can't be like say now our turn really our local to chop. So make it be saying our turn to chop. Does it mean that you have inepts in other tribes and they cannot handle those positions? So even when he be saying try to balance the position, the balancing I say he could just throw small thing to other people them, but make sure say that part will be part where be say they go get to handle finances or anything we get to do with money. Just like Minister of Solid Minerals. Why he no fit give am to another tribe? Why na him they handle Ministry of Petroleum? Then why he be saying na him see they on top of natural solid minerals? Do you understand that? Because
I
what
understand.
the Minister for State is doing is just yes sir. Now him be the Minister of Petroleum. So you see, and then he can't even put NNPC, a Yoruba man again on top. Even though say that one's in Aquara State from him be not central. But people say no, you are a Yoruba man, and we know that. So this now the complaint of Northerners. They don't use and one I'm now say 2027 we'll go they wait for you for corner, because this appointment no be so it take big. Buhari will not reach this level. So do you think he should worry about these appointments as 2027 they come, especially as new appointments they open now in they fill those positions in now with Northerners? But those ones are like board of directors, board chairmans, all of those ones, now they use fill with Northerners. But I'd like to take your thoughts before I bring Prince Silaka back into the house.
Precious, let me tell you quickly. Let me answer.
Go ahead, sir.
He's been talking about,
Yes,
I don't
please.
agree with him.
How are they? Oh, wow. Okay.
Are you aware? 15 times from 1960 to date, 15 leaders now don't lead us. Either military head of state or
yes.
president. Of the 15 leaders when they don't govern this Nigeria, I beg, make una count how many come from North, both military and civilians. In the military era, I cannot say any other person more than Obasanjo that came from the south. The rest go on. Murtala Mohammed, Buhari, IBB, Abacha, Abdul Salami. My mouth don't dey pain myself to begin call them because they're too plenty. All of them rich. It is only now, even that was the president. So they have marginalized themselves because they had the ample opportunity for them to do and on marginalized themselves. They didn't do that. It has been crying of marginalization. Buhari marginalized the South. Buhari marginalized the Southeast. Apart from IBB, as a military commander that was able to give one or two things to the Southeastern part, all other military leaders in Nigeria marginalized the Southeast, as the case may be. The Southeast are the ones that should even be complaining about marginalization. It took almost 60 years for them to build the second Nigeria. It's taking almost for them to install the seaport in Onitsha, the one in Port Harcourt, and the one in One. I will tell you that the Nigeria Defense Academy is in Kaduna.
Most of our military artillery na there na dey.
They are all there. The naval school or whatever they gave of Kaduna, do they have rivers? Do they have all these things? They were marginalizing all of us. Kwankwaso did not say anything. They were benefiting. It is the disaster of leadership and cataclysmic leadership qualities of northern rulers that has marginalized the northern people, not the rest of us. So that is argument is plural, nebulous, and shibboleth by Kwankwaso.
All right.
Kwankwaso is a sophist. A sophist using clever arguments to establish very false foundations. And that is what he is. I challenge him to a debate to come and tell us how we have marginalized the northern part of Nigeria. Even Tinubu doing this now. What did Kwankwaso say when Chief of Army Staff, IG of Police, Chief of Naval Staff, Commander of one thing, DSS, Air Force, and the rest, NNPC, were all stationed in the north by way of appointment. What did he say?
Even in appointments in NNPC and employment, he didn't already accuse say NNPC na apex of Hausa land because now mostly Hausa land.
And is it true? Do you know that? Let me tell you, Precious. Let me tell you.
If the oil for NNPC been come from the
Let me round up. Let me round up, Precious.
Overtake NNPC like that. Go ahead, please.
That's what I'm saying. Let me round up, Precious, in this so that Chilaka can have the floor. On October 12, 1960, just 11 days after Nigeria's independence, Sir Ahmadu Bello, who was the premier of the northern Nigeria, was telling his brothers that anywhere you go to, make sure that this country called Nigeria is the estate of our great-grandfather Uthman Danfodio. It's on record. Nobody has gone to contest that. So that is why they're acting in script, as the case may be. Metama Sule, who was a diplomat, also echoed what his own brother said, pertaining to Nigeria being an estate for the North. He categorized ethnic specialization into three, cubicles and module. He said the Hausa Fulanis are born to rule and govern. The Yorubas are good in entrepreneurship. The Igbos are good in trading. Therefore, that we should leave issue of politics Governance, leadership of Nigeria to those
Should
who
be
God has
handpicked.
ordained to lead. And that is the Hausa Fulani stock. That is why they are angry today that if Bola Tinubu has done what he's done, I'm not happy with him. But when you set a bad pedestal, there is a reason for the devil to come into that place and begin to operate because they call legal grounds. That's
All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Barrister Sim. Prince Francis Chilaka, please take it up from here. I feel like saying network don't um, go bad. Go ahead, sir.
I'm, I'm here. Um, nice. What I always say about the North, especially their leaders, when they talk,
Hmm.
I see through them. I see them just lying. I see deception. I see them trying to continue to enjoy themselves while their people continue to suffer and wallow in poverty. Like Barrister Sim said, looking at the history of Nigeria, looking at those who have ruled Nigeria, you will agree with me that the North has held it higher. But what kind of development did they bring to the North?
That's why
When
he said that they should blame
Jonathan,
themselves and not
yeah, when
Tinubu now.
Jonathan
Let
was
me keep it.
president, he started building Almajiri schools because he wanted to get those children off the roads, get them off the streets. What has happened to those schools today? Because their leaders are holding them down in two ways. They use religion to suppress them, they use poverty to finish them. So
Hell.
when you see leaders from the North talk, they are not talking because of the people, no. They are talking so that the people will continue to live in ignorance and believe that it is the other person that is doing them instead of their own people that are doing them. The day the northern youths will open their eyes to the reality of a world that has moved ahead, I am telling you, they will stone all their leaders. Because the day
Hmm.
they will wake up and realize that educationally they are backwards. These leaders who talk, people like Kwakwanso that is talking, where is children? Where did his children school? How many of his children are part of that Almajori system? How many? So this is the thing. You don't just come and say, oh, because you think. For me, yes, Bola Tinubu is gone off the hook with nepotism. I totally agree. But like I keep saying, we cannot be doing the same thing, same way, and expecting a different result. It is a collective work that we all need to do to get Nigeria out of where it is today. So if late Buhari did it, and the North kept quiet because they were beneficiaries, and now Bola Tinubu is doing it, and the Yorubas are keeping quiet because they're beneficiaries. Precious, I ask you, does it give you the impression of a country that is united? It simply means that Nigeria is divided not by the citizens, not by the ordinary people, but Nigeria is divided by the political class.
All
So
right.
that
So
is how they
let's go.
enjoy it.
Okay. All right. So I would like me to enter inside another conversation very quickly. And DNA be say Oga Barrister Sim will come in again very fully because this time around they get to do with constitutional amendment. Barrister Sim, sir, people don't they comment. In fact, a lot of people feel say the likes of or people don't talk for this platform. Say the likes of Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, they know this serious to collect power for Tinubu hand. Say they know serious. Say if they serious by now, they for don't lead protests, go National Assembly to make sure say they implement some key critical changes for inside the electoral act because there is no way you want to win a Tinubu with the current electoral act we have. So that waiting happen for 2023 will go repeat itself again. Now, as it can't get to do with the constitutional amendment, now we know so we do public hearing now for constitutional amendment. Former Minister of Education and Chief Executive Officer of Human Capital Africa, Obi Ezekwesili, don't describe the ongoing constitutional amendment by the National Assembly as a charade and waste of public money. Saying a waste. Ezekwesili insists, say that amending the constitution cannot work nor address all the imbalances and inequalities facing the country. Now, waiting, Ibi say she talk. She gets a lot more. She talk to say reworking Nigeria's federalism perspectives on restructuring and fiscal federalism. Ezekwesili she said that the National Assembly is, instead of granting people's request for a new constitution, started a project that would offer little to no assistance in reorganizing the nation in accordance with the principles of real federalism. So what did they do? Say you no get work. In fact, he said the ongoing constitutional amendment cannot work. It cannot even address our problems. It is a charade and sheer waste of resources. The demand for a new constitution is a matter of life and death, and say this one no go work at all at all. And then Inehibe Effiong, one of the learned colleagues too, also come talk am. He himself talk say this one self say e no go work, e no get anywhere e go at all at all. He said there is no serious republic, no serious republic in the world, in any country, that their democracy is thriving and institutions are working, that that parliament is effective, that you will be having constitutional amendments every 4 years. It's a waste of time, because the constitution is grown norm, according to him. Saying a grown norm of the country. It speaks to the very existence of the country itself, the system of the government. It is such a sacred document. It's not something you tinker with in legislative circle anyhow. So why we keep having bills upon bills every 4 years to amend the constitution? Because, like I said, it is now looking like a Ponzi scheme today. So what do you get to? What will be your reaction to this? Oh, Barrister Sim, I don't lose them. I don't lose them. Well, make you put mouth for the talk till he come back and join us again. I go like me Barrister Sim put mouth for talk, because he's a constitutional lawyer and a person we sabi constitution well. But on
Precious,
this
whether Barrister Sim is constitutional or not, he's part of those who should take that document and shred it. For me, I've maintained it, and I keep saying it, that thing we have, which we all know was a Decree 24, hurriedly put together by Abu Salam. If you recall, maybe our memory is failing us, or maybe it is my own memory that is failing me. But if you recall, when Obasanjo was being sworn in, there was no constitution.
Yes.
There was no
Now,
constitution.
after they swear at me, they can't quickly bring this one, use
Exactly.
manager.
So, but the point is, this is where I have a problem with that constitution. The problem I have with it is that this is the 21st century. The country has moved on. What was wrong with what was wrong with that constitutional conference that was organized by Jonathan? Because that was the closest we got to having something that represents a unified Nigeria.
The confab, the one where be say Buhari say it belong to the dustbin.
Good. That was the closest. It's because Buhari is an uneducated man. What were you expecting? A man who, before he became president, after he became head of state, and left, he never went out. He never added value to his life. He remained a cattle rearer. He had only 500 cows. All the period your late president was contesting for election, he kept having the same number of cows. In other words, all the cows he had were male. So when you talk about the constitution, it is not about amendment. Amending that constitution is not the solution. The solution is, let us have a new document that reflects the reality of the Nigeria of today. The document that talks about our ethnicity, the document that talks about our religion, the document that talks about us as a people. The document should even talk about our tradition, so that we know. But unfortunately, your legislators will not do it. The legislators will rather embark on anything that will make them, make so much money. Allowances, they like allowances. So we all know that these their regional meetings or regional town hall meetings for the amendment of the constitution. It's just for them to make more allowances for themselves. Because let me be honest with you, the pertinent issues of Nigeria will never be discussed. They will never bring them up. So for me, whatever they say they are doing, whether they are doing constitutional amendment or they are doing market survey or whatever they're doing, I am not interested. Because with all the things they are doing, it is not going to put food on the table for me and my children. Nigerians have been talking about electoral reform, electoral reform. And this is when people come out and say, Atiku and Peter Obi, they're not pushing for it. How do you push for it? You want tomorrow now when people go and carry placard and arrest them, they will not say they are not charging them for treason. You know that to charge people for treason in this country now is like taking you to the police station to say, Precious, you stole bread. They put you in under lock and key.
Are you
So
saying
when
that
people
almost
say,
every offense is treasonable in Nigeria now?
when you saw children that were brought to court and they were charging them for treason, what do you think they will do to the likes of Atiku and Peter Obi? There are people out there. There are people out there agitating for electoral review. It is the citizens that will do it. I can't hear you. It is the citizens that will handle it. So it is not the likes of Peter Obi and Atiku. They are not the ones that would go and follow it up, but the people, and the people are agitating. So the reform will come as the people request for it. That's why they say democracy is government of the people, by the people and of the people. But unfortunately in Nigeria, nobody recognizes democracy. Nobody recognizes the wishes of the people. Nobody even respects the sovereignty of the Nigerian people. So anybody expecting Peter Obi and Atiku, I don't really know what you want them to do. Maybe you want
Because
them to go naked on the
no, no,
street.
no, people they talk say they need to do like say they serious to even win the election. That Tinubu is
How?
busy. Tinubu is busy building structures, galvanizing people, gathering people to be on
Well,
his side,
let me,
and they need to do
Precious,
that one.
Precious,
Sir,
let me be
sir.
very honest with you. When you say
Eh,
Tinubu is building structures, is he building a criminality structure or is he building a structure or that pertains notability? You do not expect the like of Peter Obi to build a criminal structure, a structure of grab it, snatch it, and run. Peter Obi will not do that. We can't be doing the same thing same way and expecting a different result. It is the kind of structure that Mohammed Tinubu is building. That is the structure we're all against. The structure of godfatherism, the structure of holding people down. So that is not structure. If you want to build structure, you build structure that has common sense. So anybody that is expecting P2B to come to that level of trying to bribe people, of trying to sort people out, they were going back to where we all started. They were not ready to move forward.
so are you saying that there is no need for so are you they talk say with the way things they currently now possibility they say perhaps P2B and Atiku Abubakar fit get any success for inside the election without trying to make changes for inside our constitution or for our electoral act and without pressing on the National Assemblies to implement those changes or anything if you say everything do okay because people they look and say they know they do enough. In terms of protest, for instance, therefore lead the people because if other people lead the protest, they feel just shoot them or but because say them they be key opposition figures, they will not do anything to them. So they expect them to press on this
Uh,
government to do
okay,
more.
okay. Precious, you see, this is where we're getting it wrong. You
So,
expect P2B,
uh,
you expect Atiku,
uh, uh,
you expect Kwakwanso,
make I
you
just take
expect David
Barrister
Mark.
Sim take because he know if he join
Okay,
back the
please,
group. Make I talk to
please,
her for
where
what
are your religious leaders?
religious leaders. Okay,
Who
at
are
the
your
call.
religious?
Let Barrister Sim respond first. Barrister Sim, I like your take on this conversation, sir.
On the religious
Not religious, so on the constitutional amendments, where I tell you and I say obviously saying I just charade. Every now and then we go just amend constitution every now and then and say the thing that they even address the problems and what we get for Nigeria. And your legal your learned colleague in AHBF from Contact say no country where they seriously could amend constitution every 4 years without any benefit. Saying I just waste of money with the waste for inside Nigeria. So I would like make you to speak to that. Then later we'll talk about whether or not P2B and Atiku they serious to win election based on the fact say people expect them to be the one to lead the campaign for electoral reform and they're not doing it.
very good. You see, the constitution
Hmm.
has a clause that you can amend it.
Mm-hmm.
All world constitutions have their clauses of amendment.
Hmm.
But when you abuse the amendments of constitution, it becomes nothingness. When you begin to abuse it and just to
Oh dear.
You are in danger.
Okay.
The American Constitution is 200 plus years old. It has only been amended 4 times.
Now what's in
Four
the they
times.
talk? Say we too don't amend our own and yet we need to make any headway.
4 times. American states today is 200 plus years. That constitution has been amended just 4 times. The Magna Carta, which is the British unwritten constitution, they don't even amend. Is it the German, constitution? Is it the French constitution? I cannot even remember the last time the French constitution was amended. The only time constitution need to be amended is when serious matters come in. For instance, the issue of section 285 that says you can set up tribunals of election. After man has been sworn in, they don't set up tribunal. To begin try, person where don't sit down already as president or governor.
Then
They
they go.
have the power
Uh-huh.
to change and do and undo, as the case may be. That particular section 285 should be amended seriously, that until and unless all cases in court against any particular candidate has been disposed of to the Supreme Court level,
But they
that
not
person
swear
will not be
in.
sworn in.
But why be said anyway? I'm not sure say any of these amendments don't even speak to this fact. Really, how many
The
times you don't
reason
amend our constitution? We never speak to this particular problem. Why?
they need to speak. Another area that we have asked them to amend the constitution, they are playing games with it is section 10. Section 10 says Nigeria is a secular state. When you mean Nigeria is a secular state, it means that no particular official or state religion should be allowed. But today, Kano, Zamfara, etc., they run Sharia. Sharia is a code of the Islamic. Sharia is not a secular religion. Sharia is for the Muslims. You have what they call grand caddies, to the extent that they have courts. And the constitution says that any state in the north that want to practice Sharia is free to do that. The House of Assembly can make laws for them to do Sharia. Why did they not give the same verb and power to states in the southeast who are Christians to operate what we call canon laws in Lagos, in Enugu, Imo, Port Harcourt, in Rivers State, etc.? Why? Those areas should be amended. The area we are asking them to amend, which they are turned blind eye to, is section 2 sub 1 that says that Nigeria shall remain indissoluble and indissoluble. That is, no referendum can be done to discuss on how we are operating as a nation. All nations concerned in the world has a referendum clause that if the American state, for instance, are not being governed well, we're not happy, we can come together and begin to talk about our relationship and our coming together.
So with our
That has been taken
constitution now, with the present constitution, it means say our unity day is non-negotiable. We must, whether we like them or not, we must be together.
It's first. It's first. It's a first marriage. And you say for democracy. So egalitarianism can never operate because we have been coerced, we have been harangued, we have been manacled, we have been intimidated to stupor to accept one Nigeria, whether you like it or not. If you speak and say Nigeria is not a working country, they come after you and say you want to dissolve Nigeria. That is very wrong. The other one, we are asking them to do, they have turned blind eye to, in section 14 sub 2B of the 1999 Constitution. Why can't I sue my governor? It
Hello, sir.
has affected
Hello, sir.
Protection to those who lost their
No, no, no,
lives.
no, 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 no. I go like make you repeat. I go like make you repeat that in way you talk. What you talk about section 2 or so there about
Section 14.
section 14. Now the
Section 14 sub 2B
okay. What
talks about security and welfare.
okay. Go ahead.
That is the reason why you are in government.
Mm-hmm.
And if you fail to deliver on these two fulcrums,
Mm-hmm.
then there is no need for you to be there. So
Okay.
why can't I sue the governor? And the governor pay compensation.
So the reason I am asking this question is that some of us just learned it here newly when Ibi say I think Barrister Ikene can tell us say even though say this constitution state and say now the rights now your rights that is now government try to provide you housing and education provide you these things yet now still they are right for you not to query them and ask them why they never do them. This thing shock me.
That is it, because
It is shocking. So that is to say that whether or not governments live up to their constitutional responsibility, you know if you query them, you know if you ask them any question, you could just leave them like that.
That's right. That is, you can question them. Serap is doing it. Serap.
But you can't take them to court because it's not justiciable, just like you said.
You can take them to court, but the court will throw it away and say it is not justiciable. That's why has done. They cannot go further. They only keep those judgments in their archives, and nothing happens. All right?
Yes, sir.
So these are the areas. So why should it be that in Nigeria, a country called Nigeria, you mention the name of Islam 75 times?
In our constitution.
In our constitution, check it out.
And we're a secular state.
We're a secular state.
And at 76 times.
75 times.
75 times.
That's right. You mentioned the name Muslims, as the case may be. Check from section 270 to 279 of the 1999 Constitution. You will see all this, and I'm telling you. Why is it like that? So this is a problem. That is the area we wanted to come and amend. But they will just come and amend anything they like. Tomorrow they get the amend. For instance, they are running about now, they want to amend again. They want to amend Constitution. But the areas to amend, they are not doing it.
As I speak to you right now, even Southwesterners, Yoruba people, they ask for the extension of Sharia law to the Southwest for inside the public
That's
hearing.
right.
Inside the public hearing for this same amendment, so we'll get like this. Would they talk say the one way day before? Would they talk say suppose they if will be secular state? Did they ask for more?
That is because the Constitution gives them to any state practice Sharia law. What is the essence of Hisbah police? Who are the Hisbah police? Sharia police that will be running after alcohol or whatever and destroying them and going later to the back door. That is a pure and chivalrous constitution. So the amendment that have been doing so far is nebulous, and counterproductive, and of no meaning at all, as the case may be.
All right.
So this is a problem we are having in Nigeria.
So do you agree with obvious question? They say not just charade. Say we just they do papangolo for there.
If there is 1,000%, I agree with that 1,000% plus.
Okay, sir. All right. Let's quickly move on to other conversations. Prince Francis Chilaka.
No,
So
let me just add this.
Okay,
let me compliment what Barrister has said. That yes.
Unfortunately, Barrister Sim will not be able to hear you because Barrister, can you check if you can join back the house again, if possible?
That
Thank you.
That in the 1999 Constitution, the Sharia was mentioned 75 times.
Yes.
Grand Qadi was mentioned 54 times. Islam was mentioned 28 times. And Muslims 10 times. And there is no single mention of Christ, Christianity, or church.
At all.
And you call this entrapment one Nigeria. And you have leaders from the south who are Christians, even from the north who are Christians, and everybody is pretending that all is well. It is this pretense that I don't understand. Why should people pretend? Even your senators from the south, why are they pretending? Why are they pretending? Why are they not speaking the truth? Why is it that truth has eluded Nigerians? Why? And you call it a secular state. That's why I told you that that document needs to be shredded, precious. That document should be thrown away and burnt. Period.
All right, so let's move to another issue very quickly. I don't know. I've been no see that I would like make a react to that conversation very, very quickly. If you can, I don't know if Barrister Sim can join us. So yesterday, Aerofai's son tweeted something. He started with day before yesterday when he talks saying they like the energy we be say, especially AVC people they give them these days, and saying they expect say this energy go do well for inside 2027 election. However, the only problem na say you don't know who go be Rubebe as this energy they go on like this. And then and then after then, he also tweeted something. He say, I think on a very strong candidate. I know one quote and verbatim, a very strong candidate and all that. But see, however, the best shot we been getting at 2019, and he don't miss that best shot. And but with same belief, say with a Peter Obi in the ballot and a strong northern vice, say before one auntie Remy go down cook breakfast finish, say Obi go down win Pablo by before 12 o'clock. I say I no understand who be Pablo and who be auntie Remy. Now I say make I come ask you that question. Whether you and Barrister Sim go fit help my
You
sensibility.
know,
I
you,
mean
you know,
my
I read that
conscience
thing and
remind me.
precious. I
Eh,
laughed and laughed and laughed. You know when your
eh,
president was welcoming the Falcons,
eh,
he said that the wife was preparing whether breakfast or something or dinner.
eh,
Yeah,
eh,
and he didn't watch the match because he didn't want to, affect his high blood pressure. And he didn't want it
pressure.
to go.
And so you know, he agree
But
come social media. He said on that they insult the hell out of him. You know, agree
no.
come
And by the
social
time
media.
the food was ready,
I'm very
also
happy about social media.
by the time the food was ready, today
Mm,
they don't win the match. So he was
mm.
very glad, and so he ate
And he
well.
was able to
But the
eat.
point is this: the point
Mm,
is this.
mm,
Anybody in this country today that understand the current political dynamics will appreciate the fact that Atiku Abubakar
mhm,
should become an enigma. It was the
mm.
role I was expecting Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have played. But no, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was pretentiously preparing himself to be president. If this coalition want to take power from Pablo, as it said,
Who be the
because who
Pablo?
else?
You see, now the confusion where I get be this so. Now make
Who
us
is
make
the
I come
letters?
ask you.
Wait,
You know, say they
when
say
you say wait, calm down. When you say
ah
Remy, when you say one anti Remy and Pablo,
uh-huh, uh-huh.
breakfast, join them now.
I
Auntie
don't
Remy,
know.
Oluremi Femi,
I know they
Oluremi,
too get sense by certain time
wait
of the
now.
day. Uh-huh,
Oluremi, na him be
uh-huh.
una president wife.
Eh,
The Pablo, na him be una president.
eh,
If they call her
interesting be
Pablo
that.
because if they call her Pablo because of the kind of strategic moves where they move. You know, they say he's a strategist.
So Pablo
And
another name for strategist.
that, yeah, it's not strategist. So
Hey.
they find name, you know.
Hmm.
So, but the truth is that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if Nigerians are ready, if Nigerians are prepared to come out of this current hunger, this current poverty, this maladministration, this lack of accountability, this lack of transparency, they have one man that can do it. And that is the man we know they give shishi.
Mm.
Yes, that man we know they give shishi. Okute, fear him. A man
Mm.
who refused to collect when he was offered oil well, a man who refused to collect land, a man who refused to collect allowances and pension from the state till date. Precious, tell me which governor or which
Sha.
former governor can come out and beat their chest and say they're not receiving money from their states, including Mr. President. Forgotten that he's the one that signed the one of Lagos State into law. And at the time he signed it, he was given a house in Lagos, given a house in Abuja. So how you want to compare two of them? That's a question.
Mm. Okay. This one where you don't use your wisdom hair, gray hair, use answer us. Make me self go ask Barrister Sim whether you know that one. Then before we move to waiting the father of the person we talk this thing also talk recently because I hear say 2026 go dey very tough for Nigeria
No,
well well.
they talk. No,
Say
no,
una go fit vote.
see, pressure, calm
Eh,
down. Let me not talk of
sir,
2026, the waste
sir.
time. 2025 don't they talk for them.
Eh, okay, so Barrister Sims, sir, while you were away where you could not join, I don't know these network people. I go sue them. Can you help me? Let's sue them, sir. Because I don't know why they'll be disturbing you like this. So while you were away, I was asking Prince Francis Chilaka a question, something I saw on social media yesterday. A certain son of a man named Malam Nasir El Rufai, one of his sons, where in name na Bashir El Rufai. First of all, he post day before yesterday talk say he dey enjoy the way the APC people dey bant and dey boast say dem go win the election for 2027. But say however, say na so dem boast for 20 na so people been boast for 2020 2015 until wetin happen. So the only problem wey he get now be say he no know who go be the Orubebe of 2027. Then as he talk that one finish, he can't talk one thing again. So I say, make I ask you whether you go fit explain to me because I not to get wisdom like that. He can't say Atiku Abubakar na very very good person where he be say get good strength and then get his own energy and all that. However, say the best chance when he get him miss am for 2019. But with the kind cult like fellowship where Peter Obi gets, say if Peter Obi just gets a good, strong northern candidate join body for 2027. Say before one Auntie Remy go don cook breakfast finish by 12 o'clock. Say Obi go don win one Pablo. I can't say I don't know who Auntie Remy be. I don't know who Pablo be. So I say whether you go help me with the wisdom of your age, sir, and your akada where you get with this grammar there. May you help me interpret that and make you see whether that vision when you see they possible.
That vision
Yes, sir.
would have been like the vision of Nostradamus.
Hell, Nostradamus.
Yeah, it would have been like the vision of the man who saw tomorrow.
Yes.
All things being equal, when they ran out the centuries parables,
Mm-hmm.
they say all
Mm-hmm.
things
Being equal, yes. But most times all things need to be equal now. That be the problem. Mm-hmm.
So if all things are equal, what he has said, Peter Obi will win by 6 a.m.
12 o'clock. He extend and reach 12 in the afternoon. Maybe na Messi.
They are put at 6 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
People don't win.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to do more than that. Because, yes,
Why, sir?
the man that is at the head of affairs, the president now, is not like President Jonathan.
Yes, so we can talk him to your guy. Talk and say, but you should know that Tinubu is not Jonathan.
He's not Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
If Jonathan wanted to create problem that 2015 would have been able to do that. I told Nigeria enter chaos and let me remain. I'm the president. But he came and said that not the blood of any Nigerian is what is ambition. He saw what was going to happen.
Yes, even after they tell and say the baboons, the blood of the baboons have been awaiting.
He just went away and agreed and congratulated even Buhari before results were declared.
Were announced, exactly, declared.
But in this case, a man who said Emiloko is my tongue, the man went all the way to do everything to become president. Even with the state certificates, he didn't bring it back. Section 299 of the 1999 Constitution that says you must win 25% of FCT joint whatever. You see how the Supreme Court don't do everything to favor the man. The president has the INEC chairman. He appoints the INEC chairman. Chief of staff, army staff, he appoints.
Yes.
DSS is the one that appoints.
The IG of police. The IG of police, we don't extend the internal even after he don't retire long ago.
I'm listing these people who are under the control of the presidency. So the president who do not want to give power out and having these people under his control can orchestrate and choreograph situations to pay lawyer. So in this situation, we need to do more than what we have done. The coalition gathering together, yes, they can gather together. In Bible say when 1,000 gather, they will soon scatter. There is what we call incubus succubus.
Oh, it's not
Incubus succubus.
incubus succubus.
That's right.
Okay, sir.
Scatter the gathered. And the
hey, you can't do like in one way shall they come in and in 7 ways shall they flee. Hell.
That's right. That is you can gather the scattered. But you too can scatter the gathered.
Hell.
So the president of Nigeria is one of the most powerful presidents in Africa.
Absolutely.
If not
You've
the
heard
world.
that.
Because he has executive powers. Under our constitution of 399 pages, the president, executive, occupy 325 pages out of 399. The powers given to the president. That is why the president can sit in Abuja and remove a governor in Rivers State. That is why he can sit down there and remove a governor in Lagos State. That is the reason why the president can wake up in the morning and say he's not feeling too fine, he declared public holiday. Nobody challenges him without going to Congress. The president can declare an emergency. He goes to the National Assembly for ratification. The National Assembly presently is under the presidency, whether we like it or not. So when you have people like that, who are power mongers, those who want power by all means, and they are in power, they wouldn't want to lose it. So Peter Obi is my candidate, and he remains my candidate. We need to do more. Kenneth Okonkwo said something which was very illustrative and instructive. He said, taking power here in Nigeria is not buying ice cream. When you go to a fast food joint and say, give me ice cream, begin to leave, you don't even know how to make it. That you snatch it. They don't give you power, you take it. When the Bible says you take it by force, I'm not saying use force of arms, but you must have to do more. Kenneth Okonkwo told it to be like that. And I believe something Kenneth Okonkwo said, that yes, Peter Obi is popular in the north, in the south, east, west, as the case may be. He is in the news. If we want to do free and fair election, he's going to do fair election. All Nigerians will come out to vote for Peter Obi. But the control and the announcement of results is done by INEC. And the man who was chosen to become INEC chairman declare a result that will disfavor the man who put him there, I doubt. So that is the challenge that we have. What he has said, yes, all things being equal, that is what would have happened. As the case may be. But the Nigeria of today that we are saying, let me tell you, 28 governors, 28 out of 36 are for the president.
And still counting, no. You know, so they see the coming.
In the Jonathan time, why it was so easy for them to defeat Jonathan was that 6 key governors left PDP.
Yes. The Amechi and Sarakis of this world.
All of them, they left PDP. PDP became a scattered house, as the case may be. But in the case of many governors are joining the president. Even those in the opposition party are joining them. In the House of Reps, people are decamping every day to APC before President Tinubu. In the House of Assemblies of the states, people are decamping.
But why? Why is it like that? Why is it like that?
The reason is because the man knows how to play his political game. He has read copiously 3 books. Number 1 is Dante Alighieri's Dante's Inferno. Number 1. Number 2 He has read Robert Greene's 48 Laws of
Power.
Powers. Number 3, he has read Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince.
Hey.
People went out to read St. Augustine, City of God, as the case may be. He also is a student of William Shakespeare in Macbeth and Othello. How power was struggled. In the political arena today, the president has a character akin to Dick the Butcher in Othello. I will not call the name of the person, the hatchet man, political hatchet man for the president. You all know him. And the man is sagacious. And with him, teaming up with President Tinubu is going to be very difficult.
And that your friend, and that man is your friend.
I wouldn't say that. You just say, and you said so. But that is you said so.
No, he's a good friend. And Barrister, Barrister, you didn't add the fact that he has read Animal Farm.
Was disturbing in when you contest. Obasanjo sent PFCC there under Ribadu to him and threatening him that if you keep talking about your mandate, the FCC will investigate you and you are going to be in jail. What happened to Peter Obi?
You keep quiet. You keep quiet.
To come to take that in a preventive injunction. So the president has a paratrick and opportunities of power around him that can make things work in his favor to gain either by crook or by who 2027. But the opposition must be vigilant. That is, the coalition must be vigilant and do more than all these sanctimonious platitudes of preaching in the pulpits all over Nigeria. They must have to galvanize, as the case may be.
All right, sir.
It's not Jonathan.
So Prince Shila Kasemeka ask you whether him by chance also read Animal Farms or he skip that one.
He read Animal Farm partially.
Oh.
And you see, he also read Charles Dickens. You know Charles Dickens is an author.
Yes.
These are people who wrote the power and power engineering. Political power engineering. So that is the situation. And Tinubu also is a Donald Trump student, but it's a transactional and prescriptive, president. He knows how to settle oppositions. He knows how to curry favor to himself. He needs power, and he knows how to use power. That is the kind of people to have there.
Okay, so in all of this, you did not explain to me that thing that Erofai son said, though. Who be Auntie Remy, who be Pablo? Because I know on that. I think say for help me solve the puzzle so that Nigerians go understand.
I think he should be in the best position to explain to us what he meant. So I can only hazard a guess. That is the only thing I can only hazard a guess.
So can you help us guess now with the wisdom and oil on top of your head?
I don't know, Sister Precious.
Sir?
I don't know, if you want to take this from my mouth, it's not from me. I don't know. But this is talking about the people at the end of affairs of power.
Hell, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So let me get to the next conversation. So there is this conversation about the father. We're talking about the son of the man. Now, the Erofai, the father now. He posted an article titled Nigeria 2026, the year all hell breaks loose, on his official Twitter account today, Friday. And the analysis was authored by Dr. I think Nauke Ufere, utilized machine learning models and economic simulations to forecast rather a possible breakdown of what Nigeria's economy would look like between now and September 2026. Now, according to El Rufai, he said Nigerians should take action now by sharing the article with members of the National and State Assemblies. According to the report, there is a 75% possibility that Nigeria could spiral into a full-blown debt crisis, leading to a default on external obligations, a crash of the naira, and the collapse of the banking system. Now, the forecast anticipates that Nigeria's sovereign credit rating will be downgraded to junk status, triggering demands for immediate repayment from creditors and effectively cutting off access to external funding. So the article also warns that multilateral institutions like the World Bank and the IMF, as well as bilateral lenders, may not respond swiftly enough to prevent a collapse, leaving the country in economic paralysis. It further predicts that government revenues will be severely disrupted, especially if creditors seize oil shipments. Nigeria's primary source of income, of course, we know oil, leading to states of being unable to pay salaries or provide basic services. So the article went further to predict that in response to the finding or the funding shortfall, the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) may resort to excessive money printing and other ways and means, triggering hyperinflation and widespread economic hardship. The prediction also anticipates shortages of food, fuel, and medicine, collapse of public infrastructure, and breakdown of law enforcement, paving the way for increased insecurity and unrest across the country. So this is not just a speculation according to it or an alarmism. The report warns it is a clear and present danger based on rigorous analysis and robust scenario simulations. Now, one of the reasons we make people to believe, say, if it be true now, how come we get a government where it be say we commot subsidy and now the president saying a tough decision we take by commoting subsidy, something where it be saying nobody don't fit get the akpobi to do, now you do. And even as we commot subsidy, now that time our debts don't they on the increase on the highest. Now we don't borrow the most for inside our history. In fact, some people they talk say this administration don't borrow the debt of a Buhari, a Jonathan, and Yaradua joined together because, of course, we had debt relief during Obasanjo. So if it be say you take tough decisions, where those savings where you come out from oil subsidy, the additional money what they get from the band A and all that for inside electricity, where the money then they go into. How come we're now even borrowing more? Even though the administration they talk say not be really borrow, say that because of say them do one thing to the naira and I make it look like that. No, we just see 22,000 billion dollars. So if we say they approve with how many million euros and different monies them. And this not be. I mean, we know how much the National Assembly don't approve for borrowing since the president coming to power. So why would they deny and say we need to borrow? So now the fear of people be they say with these borrowings and the fact say paying back feel they difficult and based on this survey, say if it be the truth. If this were to be the truth, which danger this kind of feel pretend for us for Nigeria? Prince Barrister Sim, let me take on you before I go to Prince Francis, sir.
The thing is, when you have voodoo type economics that is being practiced by administrations in Nigeria.
Oh, now voodoo, now willy economics that they do. That is willy. Hell.
Boju kind of economics. Yeah. Voodoo type is a magician kind of economy that they do.
Yes.
They will tell you that everything is doing okay, but Nigerians are suffering. So I am very sure that even Thomas Malthus, Walter Smith, and these great economists, they cannot even know about the Nigeria economic situation because it's confusing. It's murky. And at the same time, very, very upward. I mean, but what you have read out is the postulations of somebody. Whether it's going to be true or not, I wouldn't say, but I know that Nigeria economy, for me, is not the kind of economy that a civilized nation should have. That is my own take on this. I don't dwell too much on economic
conversations because no be your forte.
Yeah, no, not my area.
No be your call.
Economists should have been able to specify all this.
I go invite economists, then go come talk about them because this particular matter is very scary because at the end of the day, now all of us the matter go affect. Imagine when we begin get shortages of food, agricultural pharmaceutical produce, products and all of those. Imagine what's going to happen. Right now, people need to feel buy drugs. I don't know whether you know. The prices of medicine now not be smart, you know. May God help you make you know sick serious sickness. Now you gonna say the economy no be as it think can say it did before again. But let me take Prince Francis Chilak on this. Prince Francis Chilak, sir, please go ahead and respond to this.
Precious, please don't
Ah,
be bringing topics. Don't be bringing topics that affects my mental health.
oh,
Um,
sorry, it's not my intention to
we don't
disturb
need
your
a,
mental
we don't need a Rufai to tell us that all is not well in this country.
health. Mm.
The big thing is that we now have a government that is using propaganda to market herself. Things are not easy. I mean, I know quite a number of companies that have gone down because and people have been retrenched, and even though they don't talk about it, so things are really really tough. Going to the market to pharmacy to buy drug now. A lot of people have decided to hold on to and go self remedy because the drugs are too expensive. And then if sadly you fall ill and you need to run some tests, that's another problem. The labs are charging that, they're holding double-edged sword and slashing people left, right, center, forward. So it's a very terrible situation we have found ourselves in. But what do we do? The only way we can get out of it is when people begin to say the truth. That's why I say every month, I mean by tomorrow or so, by Monday, the National Bureau of Statistics will release another fictitious
They go say our
figure.
inflation not reduce again.
Exactly. Inflation has reduced, poverty has come down, but the prices are skyrocketing. The price of rice has gone up. The price of garri has gone up. Even the price of palm oil has gone up. So what are we talking about? This propaganda needs to end. And this is what, when Peter Obi said that governance is not rocket science. And I totally agree with him. It's not rocket science. But unfortunately, because you have leaders who want to sell a bad market and they want you to see it as a good market, they try to confuse you. They try to tell you, oh, if you take 3 bottles of water in a day, you will not feel hunger again. It's all deception. But you and I know that if you don't put food in your stomach, that water becomes urine. You urinate it out, and the hunger will still be there. So when the government says, oh, we're doing well, we're doing this, we're doing that, please, I beg everybody, I beg Nigerians, let us stop encouraging the lies of government. Let us stop it. Your government says, oh, we're doing infrastructure here and there. Do you know that Benin bypass today is not passable? It's a big death trap. And it's a federal road. So rather than government to have spent energy looking at the roads we have and fixing them, you are spending multi-million building Calabar Highway. It's not the fact that you are building it, it's the amount associated with the building. So everybody now in Nigeria just wake up to just say, oh, let me see this precious studio. I'll come and renovate your studio with 10 billion. And the studio that you rented and everything you paid was not up to 1 million. I would say I want to come and renovate with 20 billion. This is what we have going on.
Are you trying to speak to us renovating Mauritala Mohammed Airport by 712 billion naira thereabouts?
Precious.
If I remember that figure.
Wike has set a new pedestrian in Nigerian history. First and foremost, Wike is the first man who is a bona fide member of
PDP, where they work for APC.
And is working against PDP. I'm working for.
Friend, don't talk too much.
I'm working for.
Thank God, they hear
I'm
you.
working. It's as if share the cat to support.
He cannot hear you. He cannot hear you.
Share the cat to support PK now. Wike is the first man in the history of Nigeria that looked at a building that was built with 200 and something.
Built with 200 and something million naira, but
million naira, and renovating for 30 something billion.
Fire brother don't go there. He talk say you know see 30 something. He say you know see 39 billion. They say highest than spend. They say na 5 billion. Say na rock they change, repaint the place. The chairs ever them put not be comfortable chairs.
See, the corruption in this government, the corruption. We're not going to know the depth of this corruption until the new government takes over and proves them.
Mm. All right. Okay. So now that I'm still with you, Prince Francis, before I go to Barrister Sim, I say make I just bring one thing to your table. You know, say you mentioned Wiki now. So you know go day bad make we enter Wiki side very quickly, sharply. So because you know, say I don't know whether you know, say Adamawa State Governor don't become Wiki very good friend now. Very, very good friend. Two of them even collect award for River States, Uniport, my alma mater. They collect award. One of the schools who attend. They collect award together. So Fintirina don't come learn well from Wiki because as they talk to you right now, he don't hand over 23 brand new Tiara over 2024 SUVs to judicial officers for inside Adamawa State. Cha cha, new one. People say, hey, people don't the hell and say, oh, you must be a good student of Wiki. You're learning well. And I say today I handed over 23 brand new SUVs to judicial officers as part of our unwavering commitment to strengthening the judicial system, justice system in Adamawa State. um, Prince Francis, react quickly.
Yendeba,
Okay.
Yendeba,
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 Yendeba.
Yendeba. That's it. See, let me tell you, see, the judiciary,
Uh,
unfortunately, just like the
uh,
legislature, they have sold
hmm,
their birthright.
hmm,
Yes, they can no longer stand on their own. Ordinarily,
okay.
the Constitution empowers them to be independent, but no, they're not independent. So the governor will decide whether to give you quarters to live in. The governor will
Hmm,
decide whether to buy cars for you. You know, look at the nonsense going on in Imo State, where the governor has been appointing different people who are not meant to be appointed as chief judge, all because of his own personal greed and selfishness. So what the Adamawa State governor has done is it's nothing new to the Nigerian system. It's nothing new to the
hmm,
Nigerian state. Nigerian state as of today has been captured. Let us say it the way it is. You have governors who are behaving like demigods, ruling with impunity. You have the president who is doing as if nobody should talk to him, nobody should approach him. So you have ministers who have become lords. So suddenly we are going back to old colonial masters, where you now have slave and master relationship. That is what our rulers have turned Nigeria into. You know, it is painful, it is sad, but when you look at it, you ask yourself, you know, with all this money people gather, how many of them have ever died and the money is buried with them?
hmm.
That's the
All right.
question we should be asking.
Let me come back to you, Barrister Sim. While you're free to want to jump in on the wiki buying, sorry, P3 buying vehicles, SUVs, or judicial officers or not, but there's something I thought I need your attention, especially because of waiting I know say they do with correctional services and prisons. Because the Nigerian Correctional Services and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture don't partner. They say they don't agree to partner to enhance vocational and agricultural training for inmates nationwide so that they will give them better training maybe say then get. In fact, during that period, they also announced say the National Open University of Nigeria now also agreed to provide tuition-free education for inmates. Um, they talk about other things and plenty other things based on how they go feel use develop these inmates. And you know, saying that because of the ways we people don't they abuse our correctional center, their prisons. Now, waiting make one of the reasons we make them change their name from prison service to correctional services. How you go take talk about this one when they talk now and the overall treatment of our inmates then for inside our correctional centers for Nigeria. Barrister Sim, sir. Barrister Sim, are you there? Barrister Sim. Hello, sir.
Hello? I can hear you. I can hear you.
I want me you comment. Did you hear the question I asked?
Yes, I did.
All
I
right,
did.
so go ahead,
I
sir.
said it's commendable. It's commendable.
Okay.
Yes, it's commendable because our criminal justice system does not envisage where inmates are punished,
Mm.
but they are to be corrected or reformed.
Hmm.
Prisons ought to be reformatory homes or reformation home, as the case may be. It's ought not to be a punitive center. When they
Ah.
say go and start what you mean by sentence is not to go there and die.
Ah.
It's not to go there and begin to suffer.
For
It's for you
it sure say Nigerian prison follow for that non go there and die based on what they
that
happen
is the
there.
normal prison. They are telling you to go there and die. But the essence
Hell.
of being in prison is not to kill people. That is why you see in the civilized world, when you go in and you are convicted or sentenced, and you are convicted and sentenced, the next thing they do is to take you there. They begin to give you, you know.
Oh dear. Okay.
And Kelly, the popular musician, you saw what happened to him.
Yes, R. Kelly.
Even as he's in the church, he's still, waxing songs and whatever as case may be. So these are things. So I support any initiative, that they want to introduce that they can learn some vocation while they are there. There was a time I represented some people in River State. These boys, they were sentenced and they were in prison custody as the case may be. And one day, when they were released, they came back, and one of them told me that he already wrote, his GC while he was inside prison there.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
He made his papers there.
Oh wow.
And came and told me, he learned carpentry. He learned how to make furniture making etc. So that is how it should be. So that when you come out, you will now have a change of mind and a change of heart, and you begin to serve the community in a good way for what you have learned there. So I encourage the initiative. I encourage the Correctional Center to be or go into a collaborative effort, with any other vocational institutions that can come in there and teach them how to live life after prison.
All right.
That's the most important thing.
All right, sir.
That's right.
Thank you. So make we quickly, sharply enter inside the one we get to do with politics. Gone now. As if we say somebody gets something to say about Peter Obi, and I would like me react to that. And based on, I send you some videos. I go like when I finish to talk with this lady talk, I go play those videos. So while I play them, I go like me you to fit play them. Since network no let you make journals for house here, make for see them. Then we go also play within Kenneth Okonkwo get to talk to Peter Obi. Now, former Deputy Governor of Ekiti State and ex-Senate Minority Leader, Senator Biondo Olujimi, he don't dismiss the chances of Peter Obi posing any serious challenge to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 2027. Say Peter Obi no reach, he no reach at all. Now, she talked this on during an interview for Channels Television yesterday, Thursday. So she talks, say the appeal and eloquence that helped Obi in 2023 presidential election will not be enough in the next cycle. Say that one no go reach. Quoting her, she said the rhetoric of the last election will not work again, except he comes with another gimmick. And you see, this Tinubu is a politician, a man who knows the terrain very well. So say Peter Obi no go fit just maneuver things like that. You know, so she just decamp from PDP to APC. Quoting Hannah, she says, "This is the first time we are having a what a dyed in the wool politician as president. He knows his onions. He knows all of us. He has been in the system for a very long time. So it's tough. It go dey tough for anybody to win. And that's not what she talk. Now, this is a man who has worked with everyone, who has been useful to everyone. Say it go dey tough, basically. So I want to know that thing where be say she dey talk. Say Peter Obi, say the usual rhetoric, no go fit win an election again. Let me quickly go play that video so that Nigerians will hear what she get to talk. And then there is also something that Kenneth Okonkwo himself had to also say. He said something based on waiting in think will be Peter Obi style, according to Ram, in terms of winning the election, just like you had mentioned in the past. I say the usual way, no be way we be say then go use get things done. So what is it that people are expecting Peter Obi to also join the same criminality that we are all against so that he can have his chances to winning the election? Because how we expect them to do things differently, but at the same time, expect them to beat the people who did the game by their own games. Is it possible? Because this is not waiting people they talk about. If people keep saying that President Tinubu is unbeatable, is he unbeatable because his policies have been too wonderful to Nigerians? Let me quickly play that video so that Nigerians can get a perspective to that.
Like they always say that the way some last born, the way they believe. I mean, they behave. Sometimes they have these entitlement mentality. And there are some of us who are firstborn. We were born with carrying responsibility all along. Maybe the PDP has always known how to be firstborn, but now doesn't know how to be a last born now that he's in opposition. But if PDP is to fix itself, what do you think could be done?
I think the leaders must come together to redefine what they want. And that, the redefinition, cannot work for the 2027 elections because it's quite close. You need to redefine and then to...
Like a rebranding.
You rebrand the
360.
entire... It's a 360-degree thing. And it's not easy to achieve, not with a politician at the helm of affairs in the center. This is the first time we're having a dyed-in-the-wool politician as president. He knows his onions. He knows all of us. He's been in the system for very long.
So it's going to be difficult to beat him.
It's tough.
Not even from any candidate from the north.
This is a man who has worked with everyone, who has been useful to everyone, who has had opportunities to assist governments. So beating him, uphill task.
Not even the PDP can do that. In that shape.
Not in that shape. No.
But that's sad.
It is.
Because if we ride on like that, without any challenge, I know the ADC said he's beatable. And El-Rufai said, look, they will send the president back, and they will send him back to Lagos. And they've shown that there could be an incursion into the political sphere where the president plays well. Peter Obi has shown us that no matter where your forte is, you can be dealt with. And he beat the president in his home state of Lagos. So anything can happen. Do you see any surprises springing up? 2 years is still a far off time.
2 years is far off, but you see, there won't be surprises. Too many. Yes, people will have votes, but they'll never come close.
Even with Seyi Makinde from Oyo State, if he imagines...
He's a good man, hard worker. He has done so much for Oyo State. But Oyo State alone cannot come into this fray and make a difference.
You heard that Peter Obi is likely to return to the PDP.
Yeah.
Even with that?
The rhetorics of the last elections will not work again, except he comes with another gimmick. And you see, this is a politician, a man who knows the terrain well. My brother, it's tough.
Okay, so you don't hear what she get to talk. And sadly, for inside an interview just this evening for I think Politics Today again, Senator Dino Melaye also had an interview today, and I trust him to have a lot to say. According to him, he say the national say ADC right now a national call, more like a national altar call. Say because the PDP has been bought and purchased by the APC. As a matter of fact, say the PDP is a parastatal of the APC. In fact, he even talk, say they take dates from the National Executive Council meetings from the villa. You can imagine that kind of thing. So if PDP don't date that bad, then what are we really? So let me go back to that video where Kenneth Okonkwo said what he said and quickly play that, and then I get to take our thoughts on it.
None. Where your right ends is where the other person's own begins. That you have freedom of movement does not mean you have freedom to walk into somebody's house without asking permission from him. That would be criminal trespass. That you have freedom of speech does not mean you should malign somebody. And let me give you this advice. When you want to talk about somebody publicly, don't. Okay. So, you know, when I heard okay and laughed, I know you're hearing. So, when you talk about freedom of speech, and this is an advice I'm going to give you as a lawyer, even the truth you know, but you cannot prove, don't come out in the public and say it. Yes, the judge is not interested in the truth you know. He said, by the evidence before me. So anytime you want to go to the press or public, make sure you have the evidence. to back up what you are saying. Otherwise, you will see yourself being destroyed for defamation, and you know that what you're saying is true. This will give him sign. Why have you people been? He said, you don't know him? He's one of our African best actors. Hey, the man felt ashamed. As maybe if I was coming from America, they would back my traveling, as in I had finished. But when I went to the airport, they called me aside. He said, everybody that looked like you, when they come, they extend their visit. Why are you shortening your own visit? I said, because I finished what I'm doing. I said, they said, does it mean you don't like our country? I said, your country is fantastic, I like it, but my own country is better. So they were forced to ask me which country. I'm sure they were expecting to mention. I said Nigeria. I saw how all of them gave me one kind sarcastic smile. So even me knew that they didn't believe me, but it's not my business. Why? The journey of bad leadership is temporal, but the damage you do to your country might be permanent. Why can't we unite together to fight so that our will in installing the leadership we prefer will prevail? There are not up to 5,000 politicians, and they would do abracadabra and we will run and keep quiet. No. When we rise up, it happened in Bangladesh, and the prime minister that was all in all ran away. I don't advocate military regime because I know that collectively, when democracy is collectively defended, it is resilient. Please, I thank you for listening to me. God bless you.
All right, so we don't hear what's in the Kenneth Okonkwo get to talk about democracy and the will of the people. Basically, what's in the try talk them say a president go feel live in office and run if the people rise up and talk say they don't tire if you need to do the right thing. Prince Francis Chilakasa, let me take your opinion on this quickly so that I can open the phone lines for us jumping.
All right. Kenneth Okonkwo is a tourist. I like the way he talks. I like his arguments. But I have a question for Kenneth Okonkwo. Several protests has been held. At what point did he participate in them? We had the first protest when they talked about bad governance and hunger. You remember? Children got arrested. Where was Kenneth Okonkwo? We've had other protests. Even Showore, that everybody feels is not it. I've been in the forefront of championing protest. So it's one thing for you to sit back and give an advice. It's another thing for you to try to find a way to be the engine house that propels that advice. The likes of Kenneth Okonkwo and Madam Oji, what did you call her?
Olujimi.
Now, they have the mindset they have, unfortunately, about politics is 1, godfatherism, 2, money, 3, grab it, snatch it, and run. These are the 3 things they have. And these are the 3 things they have been relying on. And these are the 3 things that has kept Nigeria where it is today. And we need to move away from that norm. We need to come to a place where you and I can go to the polling booth to vote. Nobody will harass us. Nobody will try to induce us financially. We will go and carry out our civic responsibility without fear or favor. And that is what Peter Obi stands for. People need to understand this thing. If you are saying, oh, it doesn't matter, let us do what everybody is doing and get the power. Who are you getting the power for? How are you sure that if you do all of that and get the power, you will not be worse than the person you have collected the power from? So when people talk, they should listen. Peter Obi has said for him, it's about the process. And the process that brings you to power makes it makes it simply for you to be accountable. And if the process is flawed, you cannot move forward. So when people like Kenneth Okonkwo is talking, let him start a movement today and carry a placard and go to the National Assembly to protest for the review of the electoral laws. Then we will know that, yes, Kenneth Okonkwo is ready. We know that he's serious. You don't jump in front of every TV station and you are, trying to bring down the person of Peter Obi. It looks as if Kenneth Okonkwo has somebody that is backing him up from somewhere.
All right. So,
Because every time he has an interview, it's all about Peter Obi. But let him be in the forefront.
no, please just hang in there. Okay.
Let him be in the forefront. Let him carry a placard and go to the front, and we will support him.
All right, sir.
Then I will know that, yes, Kenneth Okonkwo is matching his words with
All right,
action.
thank you. Good evening and welcome. Nigerians, you can jump in on the conversation. Phone lines are open. Not gonna call us. Send your WhatsApp messages. Call us. Sorry, did I say WhatsApp messages? If you call for WhatsApp 0817029477, or you join click on the link and then make you follow enter inside the studio. Good evening and welcome, sir. Good evening and
Yeah,
welcome.
good evening.
Yes, sir. Please remind me your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Ken Agulu. I'm calling from Washington, D.C.
Oh, Mr. Ken Agulu, you're welcome. Mr. Agulu, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I want to know whether this is true that INEC has finally recognized Nana Amadi from Labour Party and has sacked Abure. Is it true?
I haven't heard. I can't confirm that. I cannot confirm that.
Okay, but because I've been hearing it in all social media platforms.
I cannot confirm that. As soon as I can confirm, I'll let you know.
Okay, that's all the question I have.
All right.
And thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. Prince Francis Chilaka, did you hear any story about INEC confirming Enadi Usman as against Aburi?
Well, INEC has been going for back and forth. Today, INEC will support the Usman. Tomorrow, they will support Abure. So right now, I can't say who they are supporting. They are doing tombo politics with the Labour Party.
Mini money more politics with Labour Party. All right. I was trying to get Barrister Sim so that I can get his opinion on the conversation and then let him go because it's hello, good evening and welcome. Hello.
Hello?
Sir, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Precious.
Sir, you're welcome, sir.
It's Emmanuel on the line.
Miss Emmanuel, you're welcome. Go ahead. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Asaba.
You're welcome. Go ahead. How is Asaba today? I'm glad someone is reaching us from Asaba. Go ahead.
And the problem we are seeing in Nigeria is the case of pot calling kettle black. Yes.
Why?
Look, all Nigerians are corrupt and evil.
Hey.
When I say all, majority of us.
Majority of you. You haven't given me a responsibility of you now.
Even including me.
That it is good you call this you.
Because if you see Nigeria, let's consider I study mathematics.
Okay.
If you consider Nigeria as a universal set, there's a subset.
Okay.
Go and check religion. It's a subset of Nigeria. Is it different from Nigeria? Check your university. Is a subset of your society. Check your traditional ruler. Is a subset of your society. So when you are looking at this thing, like Kenneth Okonkwo telling us to go and campaign, people are seeing it that is a difficult task. Why is a difficult task is, for example, in a family, a father is the pillar of the family, giving directions. The pillar of your society has been broken. That's why you are seeing all these protests are not successful. Because the elders who are supposed to be on the front for directing them are the one perpetrating this evil. So that's why it looks like protest is not working. Like, for example, you can't rig election anywhere without bribing the pillars of the society. It's not possible. First of all, you have to go down. That's what they are talking about, structures. Get all the pillars. Get them in your pocket, you rig election. Because they are the one going to carry out the for the young ones to do the protest.
All right.
But if the young one is outside the street, there is no pillar behind them. You mow them down, nobody will speak.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me go. Let me let you go.
All right.
Thank you so much. All right. Prince Francis, I heard what you said, Abby. Please let me admit some people from the studio. They've been waiting. Hello, good evening, Engineer Udotai. Engineer Chris. Udotai.
Hello.
Engineer Chris Udotai.
Yes, we got.
Obango. Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
you're my brother.
Fine, fine,
Abaye.
fine. I'm no more. Obomo. The country is so hard. I have to run
Oh,
away.
sorry. The
Well,
country
but
remove your
I'll still,
bongo from your hand.
I'll,
Mboko Yarise.
I will still come back.
Sorry.
I will still come back. I have to come and race because the stress was too
Hi.
much.
Sorry.
If you come to where I'm, if you come to where
Mm.
I am now, you know that this is a country that people stay and be. You can sleep with two eyes closed without looking forward. I'm here in America, and even though Donald Trump is doing things like this, you see doing things in the right way. People are living fine. They come back to Nigeria. So many people don't have hope of what they will eat tomorrow. We voted people into power, and they have not even served up to 4 years. We are talking about
Hmm.
2027. We are shouting 2027 every
Hmm.
day. Where are we going to?
Hmm.
This 2027 will give children back to school. So many Nigerians cannot think of having 1 square meal a day. But we are here talking about 2027 election everywhere. Everywhere election.
Sorry. Let me apologize. Sir?
Precious. I'm really tired of our country. I'm really ashamed of our country. What can we do to bring this
Shebi, now
country
waiting make I dey
back
get this
to
conversation. Make we talk wetin we go fit do. If make una contribute now, wetin we go fit do?
the only thing we can
Hmm.
do is for us to face the truth.
Is
Both both the both in the law court, when they bring case to the law court, you can give the real judgment. Those are the things that can bring us out from this shame we are right now.
right. Thank you, sir.
So I'm begging people in the
Hmm.
government to do the
Thank
right thing so that our children, our unborn children will inherit good life in this our country. Thank you
you.
very,
Stephanie
very much.
Tete, thank you so much, sir, my brother. Well done.
You pay
Why
for the
will I pay for the
language.
language? You don't know I'm from Akwa Ibom State. Are you whining me? Eh? Are you whining?
Tang tang
Eh?
Yankup na.
Eh?
Tang Yankup. Ati yung get. Ati yung get.
Yo.
You see, Prince is laughing at you. He knows that you are not from there.
He knows I am from there.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much. I
I
appreciate
love what we are doing.
it.
Keep on doing it, and God will
Thank
be
you.
with you.
Thank you so much. Bye, sir.
Thank you
Bye,
so
sir. All
much.
right. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, Precious.
Sir?
Beautiful Precious.
Sir? This is the first time you're calling me beautiful. Wait. Promise is not here. You're calling me beautiful. Wait a minute. Oh, I don't forget your name. Don't do this to me.
I agree to Prince Chilaka.
I
He's
greet
calling
you,
me
my
beautiful.
brother.
He's calling me beautiful, precious because promise is not here. Those days when promise is around, I know they see
You
beauty.
accept it. Why are you arguing? Accept it now.
Why?
Because you don't enter God, so make I get my greeting.
Make you use renew your long life and prosperity.
See, Precious.
Tony Chukudi, yes, I remember your name, my brother. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'll be forget
So,
shortly. Welcome, sir. Go ahead.
$100
Mm.
minus 35 from $100. What is the balance?
65.
Okay. You know why I asked you this question?
Why?
I just laugh as you ask Prince Silak and the doctor and the lawyer. Say somebody talk something for social media, you know, understand the anti where in they talk to all these things. Say the thing just confuse you. I just laugh as you just narrate the thing. Like say you know you just miss road.
Now.
With the story. So so see.
You know what you make a feel answer this mass so you give me Nana because dollar dey inside. It will say money not there inside.
Okay.
Now only money I they understand.
Oh,
Oh, as money not there inside those ones. I know they fit. I know they fit. They understand.
no, I for use the normal thing where your brother they like. I for ask you 1 liter of snap minus a cup of it.
You
Waiting,
see,
waiting
and
remain.
I know they drink schnapp. I know they drink
I
schnapp.
know, I know. I say
My
something where your brother they like.
my ancestors them waiting no now my ancestors on doc waiting they like na them. Go find the name.
Okay.
Na them that they
Okay.
like. So if
Okay.
you say na them
So,
they talk now for you know. Go ahead.
yeah, Precious.
Sir?
I don't know if some of us have been asking this question.
Okay, which is
Do you know that during I know that maybe Prince can maybe they might try to help, although the vice said that he's not an economist. Now, during the whole time of Buhari, you see why some people are saying his time is during his regime or his government was better. During his time, Buhari was paying subsidy.
yes.
Buhari was paying subsidy for energy, whatever subsidy. Buhari was paying it. And the borrowing that he did was very small amount to compare. What I use the word small amount to compare.
For that 8 years,
now.
compared to what we borrowed
For
in 2
yeah.
years now.
And now, again, in the give money to all these governors, and in do everything, even the dollar where they said that they remove making the do, instead they cushion the dollar, use the money, and still the borrowing was less. So now the current president is there. They take out the subsidy, everything when they say they don't take out, and they are borrowing. So where is this money there? Because some of the governors, don't forget that some of the governors they are still paying this 25,000 or their minimum wage, 15,000. I don't know. They are not even paying what they're supposed to pay, and they are getting this huge amount of money. Like what the person that called from Asaba said is the truth. Everybody knows, any single reasonable person in Nigeria knows that anything that is happening in that country, some of all this, I have been campaigning that they should abolish these traditional rulers from the head to toe. It's our tradition, but we need a way to remove all of them. Because you can never see any government that will come, they will say, oh, this government is not good. All of them will pay homage. And say, oh, that's in short, is the one that's supposed to turn the state to paradise. But the same thing they said the previous government. So why is it like that? And you find out that, like what the guy said from Astara said, all of them are aware of it. If they said no at that 2020 and said no, and some of them that knows Mahmoud and tell Mahmoud, no, don't do this. The same way they are now talking at the ADC, say if you can never rig election, so they know that election was rigged. So when they know that election was rigged, why didn't they speak up from the onset? Why didn't they speak up? Where is all this the so-called peace? What is it? Is it peace committee or committee for peace that always sign this? They are useless. Where are all these people? Because they know that election was rigged, and all of them are now talking. Why didn't they speak? So when you look at the whole thing, the money from Buhari, the amount of money that Buhari borrowed throughout his 8 years, and what is being borrowed now, and then he was paying subsidy. So you would then see the reason why people are saying, let us continue to pay that subsidy and borrow less. Because there is no subsidy. Why are we borrowing more? It's not even 8 years.
Thank you, thank you, Ogatoni Chukudi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Prince Francis, before you respond, make I just take Mr. Mope so that you feel respond to everybody at once. Mr. Mope, where have you been? It's summer. You left me and went for summer holiday. Not me. You left all of us. And you went for summer, Abi. I've been
How
using
you
my
doing?
eye to look for you. I've been using
How you
eye to
been,
look for you.
Precious?
I've been taking attendance. You know the answer present.
No,
Kogudo.
I have to go to vacation now. I
It's good.
mean,
It's good you did.
yeah,
I
it's
hope you had
it's
I hope you
summer
had a
now.
good time.
You need some relaxation.
I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, I did very much. Hi,
Well done.
Mr. Chilaka, my brother.
you can see him like this.
How
He
you
has
doing?
he's
I'm
got a
Precious.
feel.
I
So
already greeted you, but thank you very much. It's nice to be on your
welcome,
platform. Let me start with Mr.
welcome.
Chilaka because he's my brother. I need to start with your governor, Hope Uzodinma. Since
I
I
don't
came
have a
back.
governor. Please, 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 please. No, don't let us
No, no,
quarrel.
no, 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 no. It's not
Don't
something
let
bad.
us quarrel now. This quarrel not go end. Don't let us quarrel. Call him. He says he's the people's governor. He's the people's. He's not my governor.
Okay, 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 okay.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted your opinion. I'm Miss Precious, because since I got back, yesterday, what I've been hearing about very dark man talking about the Falcons, the one and everything. So the narrative that very dark man painted, make it like it was a very tribalistic, bigotry, statement, which I don't agree with, because in that statement, this is why, he's being regarded as one of the most foolish influential in Nigeria. There's no doubt about it. I mean, certain things that he does, but I don't think he's well educated in the starting form. But having said that, it's about Hope Uzodinma. He hosted the Falcons, from Imo origin. In my own opinion, I don't see anything wrong with that. He has done it. He has done it before. Out of the 24 players, I think you have like about 12 Igbos. It's dominated by Igbo and Yoruba, 12 or 11 Yorubas. But out of that, 8 of them are from Imo, and he hosted about 7 of them. So there's nothing really wrong. But the Nigerians are doing it like
Did,
you
did
should.
he host the other Igbo players that are not from
No, he
Imo?
only hosted the
So
Imo.
how is that tribalistic?
Right, I'm trying to educate people who listened to Very Dark Man
Because
yesterday or whatever.
if it's tribalistic, you would have hosted only all of them from Igbo
No,
extraction
he
and
did not
left the
host.
rest of
He
them.
did not host any Igbo players. Like I
I know what
said,
you're talking about. I'm just asking. I'm asking the question for the purpose of emphasis, so that Nigerians will
right.
understand. Yeah.
There's
So
11. There's 11 Igbos, 11 or 12 Yoruba, maybe 11 or whatever. It's dominated by Igbo and Yoruba. I haven't said that. Only 8 of them are from Imo, but one of them wasn't there. Michelle Alozio wasn't there, so it was 7
Michelle
of them
Alozie,
that he
she's in the
hosted.
US now. Mm.
Right. But he has done it several times before, even after the World Cup. He hosted about Imo players and give them house and everything. In that part, he is very generous. In as far as he's not, he's not one of my fans. Not regardless. But it's the tribalistic nature that very dark man was painted. Even Oshu State Governor Deleke, last year he hosted the captain of the team, Ajibande, and one other player. They had that has nothing to do with that. So I just want to educate the fans.
So you
There's
as a
nothing.
governor appreciating people from your state is different from
Exactly, that's the
appreciating all of
point.
them. Well, go ahead,
Yeah, you
please.
shouldn't go there. But anyway, we have a problem. So let me go. Let me talk about the topic. What we are actually talking. Let me just mention one point about the GDP we are talking about. Um, I think it is not. It's not about borrowing that is the problem. If you look at if you look at the index, Nigeria is not at the top of the most indebted external debt in Africa. I think they are like number 3. In my memory serve me right. South Africa is like number 1, about 180. Egypt about 160. Nigeria is between 50 to 70 billion. But that's not the problem we have. The problem we have is the debt to GDP,
Rachel. Yeah.
ratio, right, which is minus 37. And if you look at, the debt to revenue, it's dangerously high. It's about 80 to minus 90%. And we are not collecting enough revenue, you know, with our population. It's not even good enough. So that's where this is going to catch up with us in due time. If it is not properly managed, I think we have a problem. I just tired of talking about Nigerian politics all the time. I say, you know what? I'm going to protect my mental insanity when I come back. I will only come to your platform, hear you and listen and greet you because I like to see you, Precious,
Thank you.
Mr. Chilaka. It's always very,
Thank you.
it's always very good to see you. So I'm not going to talk about Nigerian politics, okay?
You will
I need
talk.
to.
Oh,
No,
all of us
I'm
will
going to
talk.
talk,
Oh.
but
Keep
I'm not going
talking.
to let
Oh.
it affect me because it was affecting me.
Please,
I'm going on vacation. I just come,
please,
I'm going on vacation, so that's what I did. But I just come to greet
please.
you, okay, Dr.
Thank
Chilaka. I mean,
you. Thank
Rachel, you
you.
take care.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
All
you,
right.
brother.
Hello, Daniel. You're welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome, Daniel. Go ahead.
Good evening, Prince Chinaka.
He can hear you. Go ahead.
Good evening.
I wish that barrister still there around because there is one question where I really want to ask am.
Make a look whether in go fit rejoin. Now in network, see, it be like say everybody where they get for the house. Network, they always give them problem. The thing they very tiring, and the thing they tire me. I don't know what thing I go use
Eh,
back my village people where they go do my network, no, they worry me again. How can I help me consult them now? Our
You
ancestors.
get one issue where we soon come out maybe in the next 1 month for Nigeria.
What will be the issue?
The issue of this Bakassi Peninsula.
Mm.
So yes, because I did talk to one of my oga this around that 4 o'clock. So he was telling me that the way they gave Bakassi out, there was a lot of things that happened in that 1961. Even when the governor general signed it, he didn't know what was going on 1st of June. So they did a lot of manipulation. He was thinking that okay, it's about nationalism. So he thought that okay, Northern Cameroon want to join Nigeria, and Bia and all these people, they are just ready to hand over it to Nigeria. So he was there and everything, and they did the signing. But remember, this thing started from 11th February when the United Nations supervised the plebiscite, where they agreed, so okay, make all these things happen. But it was done with a lot of things where we see the southern parts not really know what they really go on. When they agree all these things, around that June, they hand over the northern part of all this the Atiku area
to Nigeria.
The southern from from the western part of Bonu, Adamawa, and Taraba. They joined them to Nigeria. Okay. Then they carry this precious parts. Can't give. What if the major reason? The major reason is
go ahead.
Discover system. So some of all these strong Fulani people waiting for Cameroon, they be minority, and they really want me to come join Nigeria so that at least they'll get this seat. They'll not just be left behind in the world. That's why they purposely do that thing that time. And Sir Ahmadu Bello knows very well all the agenda in which they were planning. So presently now, there are some persons in which they try to come together for Nigeria now to still go fight that case now. Because now when we say Nigeria, they talk about regionalism. The issue don't come up again. See, the southern part, they need their place. If you want to join Nigeria, why you carry our own place? Come go give the other people. Why now we must sacrifice our own people to the other region? So that issue seriously is about to come out. But based on waiting me at the discuss with the president suspect say maybe Tinubu won't use this one against Atiku and other things. Maybe now they make where this thing will come out now.
But if Atiku no dey eligible to vote again because of that now, that one no mean say other people no go dey eligible to vote now.
No, the whole thing is that then they see and say, okay, Pope, he won't just make Atiku destabilize because Atiku manipulate the entire thing because Nigeria be refused to give. But Atiku manipulate the entire thing under Obasanjo regime before Nigeria can handle. If not, they were like Colonel Eze. He was personally in the Bakassi as at that time. He told me a lot of things then. That when they were there, before they even asked them to move out, that in the real sense, Bakassi is not supposed to be given to Cameroon. But these are some of the things in which they just manipulate in order to make sure, say, okay, this southern part of Nigeria go to Cameroon and this northern part of Cameroon come to Nigeria. But the whole agenda now to just try as much as possible to unite as many Fulani. Therefore, one do like that for Niger, but in Niger, a lot of Hausas they for Niger already. And Fulani is there among them. But even though the Fulani people not too strong for Niger, and they're more stronger for Nigeria, but a lot of them still there for Niger.
Okay.
But these other minority Fulani were for northern part of Cameroon, where they call them the Southern, they really need to unite them to Nigeria in order to make sure all these issues no happen.
No wahala.
When they started signing from that 2006 to 2008, the whole thing was done under disguise. Even Obasanjo, when he just do he just follow based on what he invites and other big people where they around and they tell him. But presently now, the issue won't come out again. And something where we say we really need to watch out for.
No wahala. Thank you. I go dig into them and then I go also get some people to contact on when the time reach. Thank you. Thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate you. Prince Francis, you'd like to say something? There are lots of calls coming in, but I need to free you. You're under the weather so that I don't will keep you for too long. And make a let you wrap up, sir.
Nothing else to say.
Okay. All right.
For
So make we close church now. Make
just
we close
let
church.
them go. Let them go and follow my page. That's my channel. That's it.
You people should go and follow him at the Naked Truth TV 01. See, I'm here. The Naked Truth TV 01. Please, you people should follow him now. Please now. Make a
They
buy
should
for
just
me for now.
subscribe.
Look at please subscribe to him, the Naked Truth TV Award. Please buy our market. Subscribe. Chop one, chop two. Chop one, chop two. You be like, say I go start to the sell Okrekami cup. Say, I dey lose my talent. Thank you so much, Mr. Francis Chilaka. Thank you so immensely for joining us. I appreciate you big time. Nigerians, I'd like to say big thank you to everyone who's been part of this. Thank you to Vice Asim Adams. Thank you to everyone who called in. And I see all your calls coming in. Unfortunately, it is 15 minutes past the hour, two hours mark, and I need to free Prince Francis Chilaka. He's been terribly under the weather, but he had to make our time to join us. Irrespective, we appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Your reward na today. Just a flu no good for Pami. I for say you go get that your Pami this weekend, but just get well soon so that you take your Pami,
I
sir.
will. I will.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Good
much.
night.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, Nigerians, that's the size of our package this evening. Thank you once again to everyone. As I did talk, I'm always protect your mental health because wahala in need a finish at all at all. I love all of on jagasly. I love that too much, too much. I go see on again tomorrow evening, God willing. Till we see then. Good night.